What's up guys, SeanEDawgz here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about an update that is coming very soon to Call of Duty, probably within the next week or two, considering it was actually already live for a few minutes. However, they were having some issues with the update and decided to take it down almost immediately after, and for the inconvenience, they have given us the patch notes early. They are currently viewable on Reddit, and if you do watch a lot of other COD YouTubers, you'll notice that a lot of them have been emphasizing and over exaggerating this nerf that is going to come to both the K-Bar and the NV4. Now, they are doing a little bit of weapon tweaking, but there's nothing too serious. For the NV4, I'm sure you've heard some extreme exaggerations that they are nerfing this gun to the ground. All they are doing is adding slight recoil when you are aimed down the sight. Now, if you've ever used the NV4, you know that this gun's an absolute laser. It was bound to get nerfed at some point, and it's not going to do a lot anyway. It will probably just make you use 2 more points on your class setup to throw on a third attachment if that's how you set up your classes, and you'll have to put on grip. But besides that, it's the same gun. It's still going to be just as good as it was before, just slightly more recoil. That doesn't really affect a whole lot. Now the K-Bar, all they're doing to this weapon is slightly decreasing the 4-bullet hit kill range. So this is even less of a factor than what they're doing to the NV4, because you might miss a few more shots because of the recoil. But the K-Bar, they're just shortening the range that you can get 4-shot kills. When you're past around like 20 feet, you're gonna get a 5-shot kill anyway, so this isn't really too big a deal. Maybe in like very close gunfights, I could see how this could be an issue in competitive, considering a lot of players use that gun, but for pubs, it's really not going to matter. The main reason I have massive in quotation marks in my title is because it's kind of sarcastic. I don't really think this is a massive update. These are the only widely used guns that are going to be affected. All of the rest, which I will get into detail shortly, it's not going to play a big factor because people don't really use those guns anyway, and I'm sure that this buff that they're giving to them, it's not really going to make the gun a whole lot better. Maybe it can just compete a little more with the top weapons in the game. Let's get straight into the patch details, starting with the things that aren't weapons because the list is very short. First, there were a few behind the scenes glitches that were going on, like people were experiencing issues, so all of those have been fixed. Some season pass holders on Xbox were not able to play the new DLC. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, not really like super important stuff unless it happens to you. The 2 other things that they did involve the new weapons that they added into the game. The RVN assault rifle, UDM pistol, and the axe are now in Epic Gun Game, so if you didn't get any of those weapons from the supply drops, you can go and play Gun Game to try them out. Also, the Epic UDM pistol, I made a video on that a few days ago. It is an absolute beast, and I heard that it kills in 1 shot in Tactical Team Deathmatch. They are nerfing it so it no longer does that. It will take 2, so it's not as overpowered, at least in Tactical TDM. That is all they changed besides these weapon tweaks. So along with the NV4 and the K-Bar, the other assault rifles that they are tweaking, the Volk, they are increasing the 3-bullet hit kill range. I made a class setup video on the Volk and I thought it was really good already. The weapon did receive a nerf very early on in the game, but then got buffed again. It really is very good. I would say even elite. It could compete with the NV4 and the K-Bar, and this update's just gonna make it even better. It's not really a major deal. I mean, the 3-shot kill range on that weapon's already pretty far, so it's not going to turn this thing into a god gun. Now, the other assault rifle that they're going to buff is the Type 2. When you are in the assault rifle mode, they are going to slightly increase the fire rate and decrease the recoil. Maybe this could make the gun compete with the other 3 major assault rifles, but I really don't think it will. That thing is just really weak anyway. I don't think they should increase the fire rate because I also used that weapon for a class setup video, and I found myself, even with rewind, having to use scavenger because it runs out of ammo so quickly. So now that it shoots faster, it's just going to run out of ammo even more quickly. Obviously, it's going to make the gun a little better, but I don't see it being able to compete on the same level as the NV4, K-Bar, and Volk. Now they did buff 5 other weapons, but they are probably some of the least used weapons in this game. The Titan, they are increasing the fire rate slightly and also increasing the 4 bullet hit kill range. This thing was kind of weak, so I can see why they're trying to make it a little stronger so people will have more of an incentive to use it. But again, I don't think that this can compete with the top tier weapons in the game, even with a patch like that. Next is the Widowmaker. They are reducing the delay between the bullets in the 3-round burst that weapon shoots, because I know I got a lot of hit markers from that because it took a while for those 3 bullets to actually go off. So they're fixing that, although I really don't think a lot of people are going to use the Widowmaker anyway. They prefer the TF141 and the KBS longbow. I see a lot more of those than Widowmakers. They are also fixing the DMR, which is another crappy sniper rifle. They're giving it a slight decrease to the aim down sight time. That is a pretty nice buff, but that weapon's terrible anyway. It's a sniper and takes 2 bullets to kill. I hated using that when I was going for headshots, and it really just isn't a great weapon overall. And they actually are buffing another sniper, the EBR 800. They're increasing the 5 bullet hit kill range when it's in assault rifle mode, so it's a little bit more effective. And they're also reducing the ADS sway speed when it is in sniper mode. I never really noticed that as a problem. Sway speed sounds a little odd to me. I guess it was a little off compared to the rest of the sniper rifles. Now the last thing that they are changing is the howitzer. That thing, if you have ever used it, it's a piece of garbage. There's just, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. It shows explosions, you'll do like no damage. So they are increasing the explosion radius, making the explosion damage more consistent. It does more damage to score streaks, and they are updating the visual effects on it that screw around with like the hitboxes and where you see the explosion versus where it actually is on the game. That is the end of the list, and there really isn't much substance to it. They are buffing a few weapons, but these are some of the weakest weapons in the game. They really did need a buff, and I don't think that's going to convince anyone to go out and start using them as much as they would use an MV4, K-bar, or similar weapon. But there you have it. It doesn't really seem like a big update to me, but maybe it does to you. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, what you think the lasting effects of this will be, and what you think the biggest change is. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy and found it helpful, be sure to drop a like, comment down below with any thoughts or questions you may have. And as always, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.